师傅好，同学好。
Let's join our poems. 师傅好，同学好。 In this section, we are going to read the 7th generation Zen master's teaching. This is a very interesting story. It seems like every story is so interesting, right? Because this is like well, this is a master's teaching, of course, right? And the student is coming from the master's teacher's monastery, which means the student originally is kind of his fellow practitioner, right? Yeah, but when the teacher passed away, right? So the student coming from their teacher's monastery to this master's monastery asking for teaching. Okay, so let's read it. Let's read it. So this person, this student is called Xiqian, right? The student went to the master's temple, right? So the master asked the student, "Where do you come from?" Right? Because this student is a younger one, right? So when the master was meditated with their teacher, this master didn't know this newcomer, this student, this younger one, right? So the master asked, "Where do you come from?" The students say that from Caoxi, actually from Caoxi is a location, right? It's that location or that temple. So now the master know these students are coming from their teacher's temple. So here you can see he just say from Caoxi. Actually, he say coming from your teacher's temple, your teacher's monastery. We had the same teacher. So the master asked, "What have you brought from Caoxi? What have you learned? What you attained in our teacher's monastery? And what did you bring the teaching to here?" So he said, "What have you brought from Caoxi?" Right. The student answered, "I do not lack anything, even I don't go to Caoxi." The master asked, "Then why bother go to Caoxi?" The student replied, "Otherwise, how can I know that I do not lack anything?" Let's go back here, right? So the master asked, "What have you learned? What have you attained and brought from Caoxi, from our teacher's temple?" The student say, "Actually, even I didn't go to Caoxi, I do not lack anything at all. I didn't attain anything. I didn't lack anything at all, whether I went to Caoxi or not." Why did he say so? Why did the student say so? I didn't lack anything, even if I didn't go to Shaoxi. Why? What is he talking about? He's talking about his self nature, yes? Yes. We had the Buddha nature. Our self nature is no self already, right? Whether I went to the temple to learning from our teacher or not, I have already had the self nature of no self, yes? Yes. So he said, hey, whether I go there or not, I'm no self. I didn't attain no self from our teacher's temple, from our teacher's teaching. Good answer, yes? Yes, correct. Yes, this is the right Zen concept. Good, good. But then the master asked, then why bother to go to Chaoxi? Just like now, you know you're no self. Intellectually, right? You understand this concept that you're no self, right? Then why bother sitting here suffering the pain? Right? Why bother? The student, sorry. The student answered that. Otherwise, how can I know that I do not like anything? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm no self already, right? But why bother sitting here, folding your legs like this? And it's all about pain and pain and pain and more pain. Because otherwise, how can I know that I'm no self? Yes? Okay. Are you still with me? Good. Good. Let's continue. Okay. And the student continued. Okay. And this is even strange question, right? Does our late master Cao Xi still know you? Does our late master Cao Xi still know you? So strange, right? Our late master means that, yes, the master has passed away, right? But does he still know you? And the master answered with a question. Do you know me now? Like, leave our master aside, leave our teacher aside, right? Now it's between you and me, right? So do you know me now? And then the student say, yes, I know. Yes, I know. But how can one know? What's going on here? Does our late master still know you? Well, this is tricky, right? And then, do you know me now? But what is the question? The question actually is like, in the past, when our master still alive, did he recognize or did he approve your teaching? Did he approve? Did he prove? Did he prove your enlightenment? Did he prove your teaching? And now, are you still carry on the same teaching that our master transmitted to you? So do you understand the question now? Yes? Yeah. So it's a kind of a generation to generation transmission thing, right? So when we say transmission, means like the master, the teacher, prove that the student is qualified to carry on the lineage teaching. Right? So he know you means does he recognize you for your enlightenment, for your independent teaching? Right? In the past, we know. Seems like in our temple, we know you, like our teacher allow you to teach independently. Means you are approved. You are proved by our teacher that you reach a certain meditative level or you reach enlightenment that you can teach independently. But did you still carry on the same teaching here? Now? Right? So that's why he said, does our late master Cao Xi still know you? And this master said, do you know me now? Because now it's between what? Between this living master and that student, right? Yeah. The point is you, whether you know me, whether you recognize me as your teacher. Get my point? Yeah. Do you feel that I'm qualified for to be your teacher? How do you see it, right? So the Xiqian, the students say, yes, I know. But how can one know? What does it mean? Yes, I know. But how can one know? Did you remember what he just said? Yeah, I went to Chaoxi, right? I am no self. Yes, I am no self. I don't need to go to Chaoxi. I'm no self already. I don't need to go to our teacher's temple to learn meditation with him. I'm no self already. Right? But why bother to go there to learn meditation with our master, with our teacher? Because if I don't go there through the process, how can I really know that I'm no self? Yes? Yes, good, good. So let's come back here. So yes, I know. Right? But how can one know without going through the process? Get my point? Get the point? Yes, very good, right? He said, yes, I know. Yes, I see you. Yes, I know you are a master. Right? But how can one really know unless they go through the process to know that they are no self? Right? Then I will know whether this person is my teacher or not. This is so real. Right? So I always say people are judging this teacher, that teacher, right? Yeah. But my question is always like, how do you know that one is a good teacher? I mean, it's for real. Right? How do you know it? I always use the analog as saying that this is a, I don't have a Chinese book here. Right? If you don't read Chinese, how can you tell which book is better than the other one? Right? Right? Do we have anyone speak Russian here? No. If we don't have a person speaking Russian here, and now I give you two Russian book written in Russian. How do you know which one's better? You don't know, but you will pick one, right? How do you pick that one? Maybe you find a thinker one. Some people have that kind of attitude. The bigger book, the thinker book is better one, right? Or because you have a very good design, right? And you think, oh, this is a more attractive. Maybe this is a better one. So basically, you don't know, right? If you don't read the language, you don't speak the language, how do you know it? Actually, you don't know. So this is a real answer, right? This is a real answer. But yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But how can one know without going through the process? When they are, it's only when they really at least reach a certain meditative level or reach enlightenment, they can really tell which master is a good one, right? It's a real master. Otherwise, people judging by appearance, right? Like that master that cannot laugh out loud. Maybe, right? Yeah. Good. So what did the master respond to this student? He said, one distinguished and well-refined students is great enough, even though there are still so many with talents, with horns, with the skills of talents. So the master praised the student, right? Yeah. Taking this student is a brilliant one, it's a distinguished one, it's rarefied. Yes? That student has a right concept about Zen and Zen meditation. And that student's the idea all his concept is deriving from his real meditation experience. That's why he will say, hey, you need to go through the process to know things. Yes? Yeah. So do you understand the story now? Please nod your head, and then I know. Yeah. So it's all about your solid meditation experience. Otherwise, you don't know anything at all. Yes? Good. Good. So this is the story. How can one know? So how can you know that you are no self? Go through your meditation, right?
谢谢师傅，谢谢同学。